What's going on, you all? Coach Reese here, Propheletics Fitness, coming to bring you the next video in our Boxing for Beginners series. All right, y'all, it's time to start having fun. All right, it's time to start having fun. We're gonna start throwing some combinations, okay? Start throwing some combos. Our first combination, bang, bang, is gonna be the 1-2. Before we get into this instructional video, you already know what to do, right? You know it. Like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on your notification bells. Y'all been here long enough to know the basics separately, so it's time to start having fun a little bit and start throwing some combinations. So the first combination that we're gonna learn how to throw today is gonna be the 1-2. It's the most basic combination that you can do. I'm actually skipping, no, we already double jab, so I'm skipping a few basics to get into it, but I know you guys are ready to start throwing combinations, right? There are actually two different ways to throw the 1-2. So, when you're throwing the 1-2, you guys already know boxing guard. You already know you shouldn't be flat on that back foot. So, the 1-2, from a handstands position, firstly, when you put that one out there, bang, you wanna make sure that you've got this right hand back, right? And then, when you throw the 2, you also wanna make sure that you bring that left hand back. So, what I actually do is put these knuckles right here on my cheekbone. A key factor to making sure that your guard stays tight is to make sure that your head is not lifted. I'm gonna show you something really quick. So my knuckles are on my cheekbones, right? But my head is what? It's up. So with my head up like this, it creates a gap right here. You see this? It creates that gap right here where I can get hit to the body. You don't want that. In boxing, you're kind of slumped over. You're slumped over and kind of hunched over like forward here. Because what happens when I bring my head down and I slump over a little bit, you can now see that that space that was there one moment ago is now gone. So now my hand is ready to protect my face and my body, right? At the same time. So as long as I'm looking down like this, you gotta look like a kid that's on punishment that just got a whooping or something. You gotta do this right here with your head. You gotta look down and then look under the eyebrows like that. So I actually call it browbeating. You gotta browbeat. You gotta be down like this to make sure that the hands are in a tight place so you can bam, bam, throw the 1-2 and stay protected. So the key factor about the 1-2 is what? What is the main thing when it comes to boxing? The feet. The feet are the key, all right? So, two different ways to throw a 1-2. And I'm gonna throw it right now with my feet versus my hands. So the way that I prefer to throw the 1-2 is the step 1-2. The second 1-2 is the gallop 1-2. So this is what I mean by the step 1-2. Each punch is going to be a step. Watch slowly. As I project my foot and left hand with my guard tight on my face, what I'm gonna do next is as I throw this right hand, I'm gonna take the same size step that I just took with my left foot with my right. Still turning my foot, still projecting my fist forward, still snatching my hand back in. So that is the stepping 1-2. It's step, step as such. Step, step. What you cannot do is take a bigger step with your back foot than you do with your front foot. All your steps have to be even to make sure that you're always centered between your quads, right? So what you have to do once again, if I take this size step with my lead foot, then I'm gonna take the same size step and turn. You don't just do this. Step, step. You see how there was no turn into that punch? So that means my punch will look like this if I don't turn that back foot. You see how awkward that is and how stupid I look right now? That's because there's no turn and projection. So it's a step with the lead foot, step turn with the second foot. So practice that. Do that 10 times. 1, 2, and try to make sure that when you're done, you're still centered between your quads. 3, see that? I'm crossing these lines right here. 4, 5, you do it 5 more times on your own. But that is the footwork and the body work that leads the arms. Remember, the arms do the least amount of work. Your feet and your core tell your arms what to project. So that step 1-2 will look like this. Facing you guys, it will look like this. If need be, like I'm doing right now, tap your feet to make sure that you hear when you punch and hear a tap when you punch, all right? The second 1-2 is the galloping 1-2. So with the gallop 1-2, you take both your feet forward at the same time when you jab. This is not my favorite. It's one that I may do out of desperation or something, or not cognizantly thinking about it. But the gallop 1-2 means that when you step forward with your left-right feet, and then simply twist on the back one. Neither one of these are wrong. They're just different ways of doing it. And I'm a footwork guy, so I love for my feet to do all the work for me. The second one gives you more of a plant before you throw the shot. So once again, both my feet on the gallop 1-2 are going to land before I throw the 2. So I gallop and then 2. Again, I gallop, 2. So gallop 2. Boom. Gallop 2. Both of these combinations are correct. It's just two different ways to do it. I prefer the first one because I can fragment it. And what I mean by fragmenting is separating. So each tap of the foot, whether I decide to do another combination afterwards, add punches, if I decide to gap that out as to where it's 1 slip 2, I actually have more control over my feet versus somebody who just gallops forward with that 1-2. So that's my thing. Those are the two ways to throw the 1-2. I know it's very simple, but turn on your clocks, put on your clock stopwatch for 2 or 3 minutes and practice that over and over again. You can actually do both if you want to. So do 5 of the step 1-2s, the step. 1, good. 2, I'll say good like I'm talking to my clients. 3, 4, 5, and then you can do 5 of the galloping 1-2s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, with the galloping 1-2, you're not gonna hear a tap on the back foot like you would on the stepping 1-2. You're gonna hear both your feet land on the jab. And that's pretty much it as far as throwing the 1-2. So that's gonna be our first combination sequence that we're doing. Let me know how you're enjoying the video. Let me know how you're enjoying the content. Let me know what you guys wanna see too. I read the comments. I read the comments every morning when I wake up, and it also guides me to shoot whatever it is I'm gonna shoot next. So let me know what's going on. Let me know what type of combination you might want to see. Let me know if you start wanting to see some defense. We're actually going to shoot a defensive series video when I get more clients in here. And I don't mean like I don't have any clients, but when I get my fighters in here. Usually, as you see, I'm in here shooting by myself. So I'm doing the best that I can do on my own right now. However, for defensive postures and defensive situations, it's gonna take somebody right here in front of me. So maybe I'll get my son in here, or maybe I'll actually wait to shoot during boxing class and you guys can get a look at them or whatever the case may be. So it makes more sense to do it. And it'll actually be easier for you to learn versus me just sitting here trying to block air, right? All right, so that's the 1-2. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I look forward to shooting the next video, and thank you all for subscribing and turning on your notification bells.